I am Sand King.
Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining. Your turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick.
Waters rise.
Prepare for battle.
Pour it on. Go with the flow. A fine solution.
30 seconds to battle.
As ever. Yes. Running water.
The battle begins.
Time to test. First words. I'll sweep you away. Boiling rage.
My theft.
I go. Running in. Standing water. I think not. I flow. I soak you. Streaming. Yes. Earth shake. The wave breaks. A high. Yes. I go. waters still run.
Magics die with me.
Tsunami. Attack. I think not.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Yes. A fine solution. Yes.
Have I tainted the well of our discourse?
The wave breaks. I crest. Pour it on. Ah, yes. The moon pulls me. Running in.
This is redundant.
I flow. Streaming. Standing water. Go with the flow. After them. Wave of mutilation. I flow. Streaming. Pour it on. The wave breaks. The moon pulls me. Rising tide.
I die.
Yes. A fine solution.
Bounty.
As ever.
Gold for me.
Running in.
Bounty.
Your middle
Raging
tower is
waters.
under attack.
Dangerous waters. Go with the flow. I go. The last drop. Waters rising. Waters rising.
They'll never see this coming.
Water. Standing water. Yes. Ah, yes. A fine solution. Running in.
Killing
Wipeout.
dominating. Double kill.
Standing water. Go with the flow.
Denied.
The wave breaks. Running water. I'm in full flood. Streaming. Deep water still run. I'll sweep you away. Yes. Pour it on. I flow. Ah, yes. I go. Wave of mutilation. The moon pulls me. Yes. As ever. Oh, yeah.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I flow. Go with the flow. Boiling rage.
Your top tower is under attack.
Standing water.
Your top tower is under attack.
I go.
Gold for me.
The moon pulls me. My power flows. Streaming. Yes. Running water. Yes. A fine solution. Pour it on. After them.
Your middle tower is under attack.
The wave breaks. Ah, yes. That settles. Raging waters. Running in. Yes. ever. Yes. Pour it on. Ah, yes. Attack. The moon pulls me. No. Standing water. I flow. Running water. I'm under attack. Dangerous waters. Don't delude yourself. The wave breaks.
Double kill.
Go with the flow.
Killing spree.
Triple kill! Tsunami. Waters rising. I go. A fine solution. Running water. Running in. Streaming. A
Invisibility?
fine solution.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
The wave breaks. I go. I saw you.
Hell's Gates swing.
I like what.
Shakedown.
I flow. It's not time yet.
Killing spree.
Taken by the undertow.
Excellent.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Standing water.
Dominating.
My waters rise. Pour it on. As ever. Yes. The water is rising. Raging waters. Bank on it. Denied. Yes.
Kill.
Your middle tower is under attack.
The pain. The pain!
You were no match for my powers. But then, who is?
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack. The enemy's bottom tower has been denied. Your middle tower has fallen.
Back to the watering hole. Unstoppable.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Didn't you As ever. Yes. A fine solution.
Dire structures are fortified.
Running in. Standing water. Ethereal blade.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
I only wanted
Radiant's
to
courier has been killed.
everyone.
Your top tower is under attack.
The wave breaks. Running water. The waters are teeming. Bonded, you and I. Watery grave.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Killing spree.
Your place is here.
They got a bargain when they hired me. An exquisite toxin.
All poisons have antidotes. Bury me on my shield. Ah, yes. Deep waters still run. Dangerous waters. Yes. The moon pulls me. Standing water. I flow.
Death's bounty.
I go. Streaming. Go with the flow. Pour it on. The wave breaks. Bank on it. A fine solution. The moon pulls me. As ever. Yes. Ah, yes.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
I'm under attack.
Fisher. Killing spree.
top shrine is under attack.
Killing spree.
Evil is turned.
Phil, EG's not really either respecting what Gambit's picking and just going, this is what we're going to play, and we're just sticking with it. We don't care anything you pick. I'll play you, and that's what we're going
To be fair, they did that against Secret, where they literally said, we're just going to pick SF into a terrible match against TA.
Yeah, but that was a Samael SF.
Yeah,
though.
but I just feel like if you're going to be cocky against Secret, you can't then say, hey, guys, let's be careful because this is Gambit. I think you just got to be cocky throughout
That's
the
fair.
tournament.
Yeah,
Make
that's a
that
fair
your
point.
commitment. We're just going to dick on everybody and pick whatever we want.
And a troll.
Even
on
when it's
the
just
other
in the
side.
game, it still scares me, that sound.
Yeah.
raw.
What do you make of that then?
I think it's a classic Gambit
Hack and
draft.
slash for
they-
Gambit.
they-
It's what they play, isn't
They
it?
got one of the heroes that I said that they were really good at. They've got the ability to go high ground. They got the ability to take good fights, and they got
10
this insane
seconds
catch on Storm.
remaining.
Like it's a
And there's not an awful lot of lockdown on the other side.
exactly.
5
And then
seconds
EG do need to
remaining.
recover this, probably with some form of lockdown.
Yeah.
I would say they should put the Pango off lane and then pick a mid lane that can try and
I
shut down
reckon
the
that's
Storm.
probably what they're going to do here,
Yeah.
isn't it?
What that hero is, lockdown and beating the Storm. And it's,
I mean, you need something that can kite the Ursa maybe as well, right? You don't want to just get caught. So maybe
this is the Bloodseeker. I'm joking. That's not the Bloodseeker.
It's Bloodseeker.
I'm
It's
gonna
the-
force that at some point.
It's the core Willow game.
I wouldn't be so. I honestly, nothing that they pick here would surprise me. Nothing.
Wait till it comes up and Ted's like, what?
I want to think like some like weird TA game where you can just like beat the Storm, get really fat. You can then just run at them and they're scary.
Choose your
Okay.
hero.
Profit.
Yeah. The new Agony is insane.
Okay.
Like it can, if it's shut down in lane, it can farm like so fast with the Ags. You can go like Fred Jules into Ags and you still feel perfectly fine. Naturally, you can get the BKB layer on. Very good pick.
This is one of those moments where I wish I had Will on the panel. Will.
Tough. He's
Will.
on his phone.
Is that a good Storm game?
Oh, he can't
Ish.
even-
So-
ish.
so-
Ish. He's like iffy. He's not fully committed to it. So that would suggest that maybe it's not as good as we thought it was.
But I still think Gambit's draft overall is a lot easier.
Right.
And I think with their
Easier in what
aggression-
way? To execute?
Yeah, to execute
Yeah.
and the aggression that they naturally do have in their play
Okay.
style. I think that because EG's draft is a little bit more disjointed, that if Gambit does show up and play well, it's going to be so much more apparent that their draft will allow them.
All right, no point in going to Ted because there's only one result as far as Ted's concerned, and that's the team that have picked Pudge. Let's head over to our commentary team who have a Storm player in the booth for game number 1.
That's right. I've got Blitzdota here to talk to me about Death Prophet. No, Storm Spirit.
What's up? What do you want to know?
No, good. I mean, you went, and then you went.
No, I think it's a good Storm game. If I'm thinking about it a little bit longer, because obviously the Death Prophet silence is quite annoying, but to beat DP you need a hero with reach and the ability to like get on top of her.
Yeah.
And Storm is very good at that.
He's gonna definitely help enable the Ursa to also be able to get on top of this Death Prophet. You've got the Surge as well to be able to help out this Ursa when it comes to the mobility factor.
Prepare for
You've got
battle.
Nyx and Shadow Shaman disables as well. Feels like there's a
was kind
lot
of
of
you.
good control to allow the Ursa to go in and just bam, 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 take the DP out.
Yeah, I mean they've got good team fights. They have a good way of just rushing forward. They have a very like face check sort of lineup.
Do you think, because it felt like this is where the panel was leading, do you think that Gambit outdrafted EG?
Yeah, I think so.
And if EG wins here, it'll be just they outskill them.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I mean,
we'll have
not
to see.
necessarily the better draft doesn't always win.
Yeah.
It's like you know you have the element of. That's why I don't love predictions because and Gambit's gonna in fact go for the smoke, but
How many
like,
times have we seen the same smoke? And
30
how many
seconds to
times have we
battle.
seen teams countering that same smoke by sitting on that same high ground area?
yeah.
Feels like this is
uh,
a meta that developed behind the scenes, and we're seeing the end game of it. I can see how that smoke works if somebody's not on the high ground and they're doing that thing where they sit on the high ground near the bounty rune
Yeah.
at top, and then all of a sudden these heroes sweep in from behind. Oh god, you get first blooded, both bounties
The
are
battle
guaranteed to the
begins.
enemy team at that point. We are going to be having an S4 Pudge, which is kind of where I thought we were leading when I saw the Pango Pudge duo.
Yeah.
We've seen a small amount of Pudge in
My
pro
face.
games in the offlane position. I feel like we've seen a lot of it in pubs. A lot of people are experimenting with this Pudge as a core. Feels like it's not quite a mid laner, but it is definitely strong enough to be a core, and it fits into the 3 position nicely. But where is S4 going? He's going to swap up the lanes. They don't want to have the PA against the Nyx Darkseer duo.
That sort of makes sense. And plus, like the PA, you get a level of blur, and the evasion is very good against Ursa, I think, to start.
But we have already the switch up from Gambit, where the Hawk is already moving up to the top lane, and he's actually be there for the Pudge. So now maybe S4 is going to be like, oh crap. He actually killed an observer on the high ground and realized that, and I think they also saw the Ursa. He's going to start heading back down the bottom.
Oh man.
Single chairs where the cores are going to get super underleveled, and so just reaping it in. We've got Zai Tango at bottom, who's pretty much becoming a core in his laning phase. As he's just,
I think this has to do a lot of work for this game to be like in a good recoverable position.
yeah. So a lot of this is going to be on S4 bottom lane. Crit trying to jump onto FNG as finally Arteezy shows that he did make the rotation back down here to bottom lane. And the Darkseer is now almost here. This is the matchup the Gambit definitely wants. They've got an Ursa versus Pudge. That's great. And they've got this Darkseer duo to the PA. Healing South being used on both sides. Sumail. How does that laning phase go for this matchup?
For what?
Death
Storm
Prophet
versus DP?
Storm, yeah.
I think DP does fine.
Okay.
Because you can just force out the lane against Storm. Like any of those 2-for-1 heroes. And what I mean by that is like when you're able to both harass and get last hits on heroes, I think they're very good against Storm as a whole. Because you have to think about him more or less as like a melee hero. He sits in the creep wave, casts Remnant, has to be relatively close to the creep wave to do so. So like every time you do that, you're going to tank some harass.
Yeah.
To be able to like trade that out.
And then on top of that, you've got Spirit Siphon, which is also a really good ability versus some of these melee heroes.
Let me just say that spell did not do as much damage though.
Oh, is it used to? Yeah. Remember the first time I played, we were at the BTS house?
Yeah.
And I played you in that matchup. I remember like some pro player tweeted at me and they were like, oh, you dumbstream at mid before anybody knew that Death Prophet was OP as a mid laner. Death Prophet going to be pulled back here into the Remnant. Fairy Fire, not quite enough to keep Sumail alive here. He's definitely dying. Just slightly delayed by the disarm from Crit. First blood goes to FNG.
And that's a lot of damage now. And this is partially like with the buff to Storm. It's like a really weird buff that people don't really think about it, but it makes it so that you can skill that ability without it hurting you in the lanes.
Yeah.
Pull. Before in the past, it's like a net negative almost to even have it. But now it's like it allows you to have kill potential, which is huge. Whereas like before, it felt almost impossible to gank for this hero, right?
It was like kind of unheard of to see Storm Spirits ever solo kill mid laners, and now we see it oftentimes all the time. As top lane, we're going to see the power of that Ursa versus any kind of melee hero, and that is S4 dying. But at the same time, they also kill Immersion, so a bit of a trade-off here.
Hit, can't really survive up against that, and that's why they wanted the Pudge up there, because his natural regen is very good against Darkseer's chip.
Yeah.
Denied.
But he's not so good in this lane, where he gets hit a bunch. He doesn't have any armor. That also really hurts him against probably two of the better right clickers in the game too, right?
Yeah.
Shaman is also very, very good. Being able to get into the right click wars as Crit. I think jumped on. Not a hard commitment here as Immersion. He's just trying to harass him up as Crit.
They're going to go for the kill here on Phone. It looks like he knew he was dead.
That's pretty big. Getting soloed like that after you were given the lead.
Yeah.
Just meant that he was very greedy. Could have just went.
Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick.
All in good time. I suppose.
Prepare for battle.
I will. Yes, yes.
"30 seconds to battle.
On to the next grove. I'll get there eventually. So soon? I suppose.
The battle begins.
The time has come, and will soon be gone. Yes. Oh, very well. Trees are not so good with motion, you know. I'll not be rushed. How about a stroll? Such impatience. Yes, yes.